Right, hello and welcome to Genie World for our Spark webinar. What we're concentrating on today is importing themed media images and combining those with some of the math tools that are built in Spark. We've chosen the subject of Egypt because of the history subject of study and lots of opportunity for media in it. The folder you can see on the screen, these are the resources that I'm going to be using. And these are available if you go to our website for download. One of the things you will have is this A4 sheet. This is the outline of what we're doing. So as an aid memoir or something you want to share with colleagues, this should help you through that. Also, this will be recorded and will be on the website as well. So if I just take that out. I'm going to go to Spark. So we've got the floating toolbar here. If I click on the switch icon, that takes me onto my new Spark page. Now the icon I'm really interested in at the moment is this one that looks like a sort of film clapperboard media. And what that will do when I click onto there will take me to any folder where I've got images or video, any sort of media material available. So I'm going to click on there. Now that's taken to the, so that was just to show you, that was on my desktop. I got my Spark training exercises and it was Egypt. So what I've got in here are some a video and different images. So I'm going to start with this wonderful image of King Tut, King Tutankhamun. So if I double click on there, and then with that cross, if I just put it to the size I want, and that's it. That's all I have to do to import an image. So again, just to remind you, if you haven't seen this before, all images, when I click on them, will have these 4 toggles. This is the resizing toggle. And again, I can stretch it wide, make it thicker. I can use the top right toggle to rotate. Top left is just for moving him around the screen. And bottom left is the menu, where I can do things like copy, paste, clone, and other little things which might be useful for some images. So to begin with, that's a lovely picture of King Tutankhamun, and again I can start to use my tools to annotate over that. But this will be an exercise where we're looking at all the rich history of Egypt and perhaps writing. Now what I've done in my folder, so if I go back to media, and what I've got is a folder within a folder. And these, it's been a little bit painstaking, but each image has been individually copied into the folder. So the idea is we can now perhaps write our name, King Tutankhamun's name. So let's, I don't know if I'll get all the way through the name. So there's a hieroglyphic for letter T. So if I double click on that, just drag that to where I want it, the size, there's T. And although it's a little bit painstaking, what I could have done in preparation is perhaps had a page where these were along the top or the side. And that would be a great exercise if you had children who wanted to write their own name. You could clone them and just drag the letters into the spaces you wanted. So just to make a little bit of progress on here, this is where my spelling might come into question, but certainly U for the next. Double click, drag that to the size, and let's just line that up a little bit closer because I might run out of room. And again, this is just a simple process, just repetitive. Back to media. It's already on that folder. Now I could do T again from there. But I suppose, let me just cancel that a second. If I click on the T here, the menu, this might save a little bit of time. If I click on cloning, that gives me another. So let's do it that way. So that's TUT, first 3 letters. It is a long name, so it's going to take me a little while. I'll probably do all of it and okay, wants me to, and you can see the process. So it's a simple case of finding the image you want in the folder and then double clicking, dragging it to where you want, and then you can do whatever you want to the image. Now, again, just to remind you, if you haven't seen this before, we have an infinite page. So I want to make a bit more room. So if I click on the move, or if I was at the board, just spread my hand, what I can do is move that up the screen a bit. So that gives me a bit more room. Now this time I'm looking for a video. So if I go back to my folder, so click on media. Now I need to go back to the folder. So this is my widget folder. And this is a video that I downloaded from YouTube, Horrible Histories, wonderful series, different histories on BBC, I think. So we double click on this and I just drag that to the space and size I want. And that starts to play immediately. So again, very, very easy to do that. What I might do is quieten that down a little bit. And underneath we've got this box, and again now video play boxes, so I can do pause, stop, change speed, and play. So that's great. But what I've also got, which I think is really good here, video snapshot. At any point, if I click on there, it takes a snapshot of that action. Back to there, carry on playing. I've also got a pen here. Now, something you will notice, if I just go up to my toolbar, take a pen and start to annotate, it's always below that video layer. So let me just go back. And bring that back up. There is a pen on here. So if I click on the annotation pen here, my annotations are actually on the top. So again, that's useful to know. If I go back to the cursor, just do a little lasso, that brings it back up. So if I go back to play, you'll notice the annotations go to the back. So that works very well for videos, for images, and that is very quick and easy. Okay, what I'm going to do there, I'm going to stop that, and I'm going to go onto a new page. So let me go to new slide, new white slide. So in our theme about Egyptians, we've looked at some of the images, the hieroglyphics. We've looked at little. What I want to do now is perhaps look at things like the pyramids, the amazing pyramids, and show the shapes how they were constructed. So what I need to do now is find the math tools. If I go to View, then go to Toolbar, Maths. What I'm looking for, I've got this floating toolbar down here. I'm looking for 3D shapes. So there it is in the middle. Click on there. Look for the pyramids, which it actually says pyramids. Click on there. And now it's a simple case of drawing that to the sort of shape I want. But again, I've got, because it's an image, I've got the 4 tools here, so I can resize, rotate, move around, and also menu. I've also got these toggles inside, which I mean, if I just hold on to one of those, play with the shape. One more thing, if I go to the left, because that's an image, if I click on the tab and go to Property Browser, what I'd like to do is add some color. So the fill color, I've seen blue pyramids, but let's go to a nice color, stone color, and I want that filled. So again, nice and easy, because it's a pyramid, there were more than one. So I might want to go to cloning, 2 pyramids, Let's change the size of that a little bit. Again, that's a nice built-in facility inside the MAS toolbar. Now, we've looked at them, we've seen how they're constructed. It'd be quite nice to actually draw a net to make one, so I'm all in favor of hands-on. So the idea of how do we construct a net to make a 3D solid shape. Again, I'm going to make a bit more room. Let's just move that up. And this time, let's pick up the cursor, the pointer. I think I could actually use some of the 3D shapes from 2D shapes from here. So I could use the square, I could use triangles, or I think I'm going to use the IntelliPen. Like a lot of these things, there are different ways of doing it. So let's have a go at the IntelliPen. So if I click on there, now the basis for a net, we want a square base. So this is just to see how well I can draw a square. Yes, it's recognized that as a square. And we want 4 triangular sides. So again, I'm going to use the IntelliPen. 1, 2, 3. It's recognized that, so my drawing can't be too bad. If I go back to the select arrow and click on it, again, because it's an image, I've got the toggles around the outside, but I've also got these nodes on the corner. So if I move that a little bit closer, it's going to make it easy for me. And I'm just pick up one of those green corners. I can drag that into place. That doesn't look too central. So if I put that on there, and what I want to do is perhaps clone that to make the other sides. Well, I'll just do one more. So let me click on there and clone. So let's just move that. Oops, missed it. Let's try again. That's got it. And this time, if I go to menu, I think I'd like to flip that. So I could flip that horizontally. And hopefully that will fit into place. So I can start to build that up. And I've used the math tools. I've used the IntelliPen. I've used quite a lot of different actions as part of this Egypt theme. I'm sure there's a lot more you could do, but I think for the moment that's quite a lot and shows how versatile Spark is. So before I finish that, I think, well, go on, I'll finish that off. So let me just clone that. Clone. Let's move that out of the way. Now this time I'm going to have to rotate it. Not quite. Let's drag that into place. Now that just shows I haven't done that very well. So let's readjust. Right, actually it's harder than I thought in the first place, but we're getting there. One last thing then, let's clone that one. Let's move that down, and this time if I go back to menu, if I flip that vertically, move that into place. So that's the net for my pyramid. A little trickier than I thought, but we got there in the end. So again, just using the tools for the menu. I hope that's been of use. There's quite a few little techniques there. Remember, this is going to be recorded. That will be available on our website along with the resources. So let's finish that. That's the folder you can find. So thank you very much indeed, and look forward to the next webinar. So I think that's the end of the meeting. Thank you very much.